Okay. All right, so it being October 6, 2020, I'd like to call to order the Bellingham Board of Health meeting at 7:06 p.m. First order of business is approval of minutes from September 8th, and then we'll do approval of minutes for September 22nd. And I'm going to go on mute here.
Okay, you ready, Cal?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written for September 8th, 2020.
I second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, so now let's review the minutes from September 22nd.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from September 22nd, 2020 as written.
Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It's approved. Motion carries. Okay, next, Bruce and the coronavirus updates.
Yes, we've been having a number of complaints come in from the rapid refill. So I staked that out last week, Thursday and Friday, and in about a 30-minute time, counted almost 50 people going in, either wearing the mask incorrectly or not wearing the mask at all. The majority of them being Amazon employees. I reached out to the Amazon main headquarters, and I had Rob reach out to the rapid refill guy, and let them know that we're going to be out there watching and start to issue fines. But I just wanted to check with the board there if they're all on board with issuing a fine, and if it's an Amazon employee, rather than getting into conflict with meeting them head on, just snap their picture and send the fine off to the Amazon headquarters over there in Bellingham, or send a fine off to the rapid refill. I'm not too keen on having to ask for ID and try to fill out a ticket without some support from the police on that. So I think if we were to issue a few fines off to Amazon and rapid refill, we might get the point across.
Okay, is it inside the store, Bruce, or is that the pumps we're requiring it?
No, I get there and I park my truck right in front of the door. So
Okay, fine, good. Okay.
I'm catching the people going in and coming out.
Yeah, I was there Friday going to the subway, so same place, right? It's the same.
Yeah, same place, yeah.
And it was pretty good. But again, I was only there 20 minutes, and there was a bunch of people coming in because it was around 4 o'clock, but seemed to be no problem on Friday. But
the big thing is like between 8 and 10 in the morning when the Amazon trucks are going out and refueling. I'll tell you that they make a pretty penny over there with gas.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try to help you out with maybe doing a stakeout one day.
Yeah, and then Rob said he would help me out, and then at the Zoom meeting this morning, I don't think we were there. The softball league that's playing right now is having some issues with social distancing and masks. They're going to be playing from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday. So I was going to go over there, and Kelly said she might jump in
Okay.
with me there, just, rock around and remind people, hey, put on a mask, please, or okay, separate or move further apart so that you're at least 6, 7 feet apart.
Yeah, they did secure the gate to the middle school from the 126 side, which I thought might have been just to restrict traffic towards the baseball field or whatever, but I don't know. It might have been for another reason, but that access is a disaster. But anyway, that's another story. So
I'm trying to think of a way to get across to the general public that, the numbers are creeping up back in the state, and we really need to concentrate on
Right.
everybody wear the mask so that our numbers stay down. Otherwise, we'll have to start, taking a step back, maybe into phase 2, which is, we don't even want to do that, And we've helped the restaurants. If you were in on the Zoom meeting this morning, their financial tax burden to the town has come back up to pretty close to where it's been in the last couple of years, which is a good thing. We got some positive growth here, so we don't want to have to go backwards.
great.
All right. Next on the agenda is the annual review for the health agent. I'm pretty much done with mine. Vinny, I know you said you just started it, and I don't know if Trish has even started, but
Yeah.
let's make it a point to have that done for next time so that
Okay.
we can put that one to bed and get that off the
Okay,
agenda.
fine.
Okay. Next, Robbie, how are tobacco
I'm here.
updates coming?
You want to put your face on the screen, Robbie, or you're going to stand there incognito? Click on your video.
Start it.
Hey!
So I'm actually joined in through my phone for audio because I know you guys had a hard time hearing me before. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, it's
very
better,
well.
much better.
Okay, perfect. So tobacco inspection or education went okay. I went around to basically all the vendors again, just touch base with them, letting know that their licenses will now expire at the end of this month. The state gave them an extra month to renew just because of everything that happened with COVID.
Right.
I think it's really that the state is a little bit backed up. So buying them some more time in between. So those inspections went well. I really didn't find anything out of the ordinary or anything that was an issue. The only issue that came up was I went to Bellingham Grocery to do their glassware inspection. Out of all the places that sold glassware, they were the only ones that sold to my minor. But this is also their third offense. It's their second offense in 3 months. So this would carry with it a $5,000 fine and a 30-day suspension of permit. When I informed the owner, who happened to be the clerk at the time, she burst into tears and didn't know if there was anything we could do about it. So I figured I would bring it to you guys before I had her come into a meeting just to see your opinion and see if there was anything else that either we should do or if we're going to let this go where it was our first round of glassware stings. So I just wanted your thoughts before I had them come in.
We can't play favoritisms.
No.
We're going to have a problem if we do that.
I
Vinny,
mean,
what do you think?
I don't know if it's more the financial burden, the 5,000, or it's the 30 days, but I agree with Kelly. We sort of can't just say, okay, because the minute someone else finds out or the minute that we're not treating everybody equal, we're in trouble. I mean, the glassware, you're right, is the first time for the glass, but it falls under tobacco, or am I wrong?
It does fall in, so it's actually split. It falls under tobacco, but it also falls under criminal because it's considered paraphernalia.
Okay.
So it does fall under both. I did reach out to Trish after the sting had happened. I spoke to Officer Goslin, and he had informed me to have Trish reach out to the chief and to tell them how far we basically wanted this to go, because they can bring it to Milford and so on and so forth. But I was assuming we really didn't want criminal charges, or if we
No,
did,
I think I would definitely not want to go there. So that said, I think the fine and the suspension will be treated like a tobacco thing, and it is the third one. It's unfortunate because, Kelly, if you remember, this is the same establishment, I believe, that had the old guy
With the older gentleman, yeah.
3 in a row.
Well, that, they should know better then. I mean,
So, and she said it was all his fault because he was too old
mhm.
and, but she hired him. And then when she fired him, she was doing good for a little while. Of course, I don't know if she really was doing good. Maybe a year, maybe not. Then COVID came along and everybody forgot how to read, write, make food. I don't know. You look at what happened after COVID. I mean, it was getting to be like, I'd say to myself, it's not safe to go out there,
Well, this is the same establishment that when I had went in to do my first round of inspections, they had not only flavored cigars, but they also had the electronic devices that we had banned. But right in front of the electronic devices was the regulation stating they couldn't have them, open to the actual page that said they couldn't have them.
Really.
So it's not my first issue with them. I like I said, I think my first round of inspection that it was the end of July. So I mean, we're talking 2 months, and they've already had 2 violations.
Yeah, it'd be different in a 3-year period if someone got one the end of the second year, the end of the third year, and each one being a separate violation, but within the window that you'd say, well, it took them a year to generate another miscue. In this case,
Yeah.
Since July now, it's only October 6th. So let's call it July, August, September, 3 months, 3 violations. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Vinny,
We have
I
to be
had trouble
consistent.
with these people even prior to their permit being signed off on. They started or opened the store weeks ahead of completely.
Correct. Yes.
And getting
We
their
went,
final
we both went
inspections.
down there. You're right. Yeah.
I think Tim had issue with them as well, or the building department had an issue with them.
The
getting the
handicap
final-
thing, right? It
The
wasn't
handicap
finished.
ramp and stuff like that. We just, back and forth with them for weeks.
Yep. The one time I went in, a couple of times you went in, they had said, we're really not open, but there was coffee brewing. I guess you could say that was for her. I didn't see any customers, but they definitely had all the lights on. Everything was lit. And one time, I think there was an open sign there, but I don't know. The second time I went in, it was not. And she said, we're just under construction. And we had a whole bunch of other things that they said they had to take care of. But then I said, well, why do you need all the lights on outside? Just have the inside store lights on. But they had the outside lights. I don't know. It wasn't getting that late. When I went there, it was like, I don't know, supper time or daytime. Whatever, it was daytime. It's not dusky where you need outside lights. I don't know.
So what, we must call her in now for the next meeting, correct?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, let's call her in because the next meeting, I think, is what, October 22nd? Are we doing once a month?
No, I think we should do the 22nd, especially
Yeah, no,
we're going to bring her in for suspension, right? Purpose?
Well, that's what I was saying. If we do it if we do it on the 22nd and do it right away, she'll be open for Thanksgiving, right? So
Correct.
if we do it right away, so I mean, it's in her
Right.
best interest to come in on the 22nd.
but that would be good too, because I've got 2 septic plans that were just submitted on my desk too. So
Okay. So let's do
Unless
that.
if you were worried about that, Cal, what we could do is we could enact it today. Robbie could visit her and say, listen, you can start anytime. Just need to know.
The 20th, actually.
The only thing is we would have to probably show her something that says we had made that decision to bring her in to follow up on suspension. And I mean, she could actually do that. And if you want to make sure that there's no chance, I don't think she would run into Thanksgiving though, right? No.
Well,
I don't know.
Thanksgiving. The next meeting is the 20th. I had the wrong day.
20th,
But
okay.
on the 20th, okay.
Thanksgiving is the 26th,
Yeah.
November 26th.
I mean,
so,
it's up to you, but we could give her the option to start earlier. If it gets
you
more
mean
busy.
now? Not come into a meeting and have Robbie go in there and,
If she's willing to do that, we can show her a copy of the minutes that's, it's not approved, but it's actually a motion made and a statement said. And if you want, we could do that just now versus,
Robbie, do you think she'd be open to that?
I don't know.
I think she might be open to it. I can definitely mention it to her. Would we be able to possibly do a payment plan for her, only because it is a
Yes.
larger amount than what we
For the
did for the other
for the
location?
5,000?
Yeah, and just have it be like 1,250 every month for 4 months.
Yeah,
We've been
some-
doing that with other people. It's only fair.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I'd even be
So
willing to
we
go.
currently,
Right.
yeah, we currently have payment plans for vets, Save More, and then potentially Bellingham Grocery.
Yeah.
What do we do, and not over 90 days? Is that what it is, or?
So we have been doing, I wrote out their contracts for the other two, where I have all of their payments made before the last business day of each month, but not to go past January 31st
First, I
or
think,
30th.
Yeah.
So I'd be even willing to say if you did 4 months, what will that bring us? That'd be October, November, December, January. That's
Well, you
fine.
probably not October. Would she start in October? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'd
Well,
have
she
till
can
the
have
end
a
of the
payment
month to
before
do
the
it.
end.
That way, 4 months at 1250 would be January 31st. If you want to go, if she wants to go 1,000, go to February 28th, and I'm okay with that too, but it just stretches it out further. I don't know.
I wasn't sure if it became an issue for fiscal reasons. That was the only question I had.
Not really. It's a bigger issue for renewals of licenses, and our fiscal year ends on June 30th. So,
Right, it's June 30.
so we're not going to have an issue with
Okay.
that. No one's going to June, I assume, right?
No,
So,
even Save More split theirs into $9,000 payments. So their
Okay.
first payment came in
okay.
last week.
Okay. So yeah, if you could reach out to her, we should probably put something in writing that she failed the tobacco compliance check, and
Yeah, and if we can, do I want to make a motion now that we'll give her the option to start as soon as she would like, so that she doesn't run into Thanksgiving with her suspension. So I'll make that as a motion, that Bellingham Grocery can start their 30-day suspension as soon as they like, so they do not have to come into another meeting on the 22nd and then
on the 20th.
20th rather, and then fall just before Thanksgiving before they reopen. So that's my motion.
Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
So you can say we've already done that for her, and I doubt she'd want to come in on the 22nd and start then, like the next day. So.
Sure.
20.
All right. I think that's fair.
I think it's better for her, I think, personally.
Yeah. That's a shame though, because this
And then
happened.
work out the financial thing in 4 payments. And, if she says she'll have a hard time doing that, then you could always give her the option of 5 payments. And we'll just go a little later.
Yep.
We'll leave that with you.
Yep. And then Robbie, what did you have an update on the CBD?
Yes. So I did go to the 2 CBD or the 2 locations that we have that are actually dealing in CBD products, besides obviously the gas stations that are selling gummies. One of them is actually closing, may have actually already closed. They were supposed to close within the next 2 weeks of when I had went in. That was the Honey Pot
Honey
or
Pot,
whatever
okay.
it was over.
Yeah, I heard about
over
that across from the
the-
post office, yeah.
Yeah, and then the CBD Relief Center on the south end of town, I did send in my same miner I used for the tobacco stings, and they sold to them. So they don't have a card reader, they don't have anything like that. It's supposed to just be checking IDs, and the cashier didn't do it. Miner actually pulled out his wallet that had the vertical license, and she didn't question it. So I had a conversation with the owner, just let them know that we are going to be coming up with some things in the future. They were selling vaping products, so I had them remove those from the stores just because they didn't know the regulation change, whether or not a tobacco permit holder.
Yeah.
So I kind of worked with them on a couple things and opened up a dialogue between myself and the owner so we can kind of go back and forth on things in the future. But I really didn't start applying or enforcing any of the state stuff yet, where they can't have medical treatment labels unless it's approved by the FDA and all
Right.
of that. So obviously that stuff we'll have to work on in the future.
Okay. So this one was a courteous sting without penalty at this point. It's more educational?
Yeah.
What was it? Okay.
Yeah, more educational. I did talk to Officer Goslin, and he is meeting with a representative that does the ID scanners.
Okay.
So he didn't know if it's something that the board might be interested in potentially making that a requirement for people that are selling tobacco or regulated products to actually have a card reader. He's supposed to be meeting with them. I guess the gentleman's coming in for a presentation shortly if he has not already. But he wanted me just to mention that to you guys.
Yeah, that might be a good idea because it would, it would give us that option of saying, well, you had a card reader, you didn't read it, or you scanned your own card, which I hope no one else will do that, but that needs to be publicly addressed, and education, that one, because that's approaching, to me, a point where it's criminal. At this point, you're doing, falsification ID and to clear somebody through who technically
Speaking of that,
wasn't even 21.
Speaking of that, that location has since sold. So Jamil actually sold Vape City.
Okay. Okay.
Did we know that?
He had mentioned it to me about 2 weeks ago that he had an offer come in and asked if he would be able to transfer his tobacco permit. I told him that where he is no longer an adult only, that it's just a regular permit and they would need to apply for the new permit.
Correct.
I don't know if they have already done so, but he told me that it is officially sold.
Okay.
Bruce,
Yeah,
can
he's
you
not
keep-
adult only, so remember,
Bruce,
Cal,
can you keep an eye out for that tobacco permit application? I think you're muted.
Kelly, that guy came in the other day.
He did. Okay, good.
okay, good,
He's on it then. That's good.
He asked for the forms.
Perfect.
good.
Okay.
He hasn't applied yet, but he came in to pick up the paperwork.
Okay,
Spoke with Laura for a little while. I had told Laura that we were waiting to talk to the board and with Rob and find out if that's doable.
I don't
Yeah.
see why not. I mean, he's not an adult only. He couldn't have transferred if it were adult only, but he can transfer it if it's
He
just. the
wanted to
sort
do
of-
a food permit as well, like.
what was that, Bruce?
Yeah,
He
we
wanted to do the food permit as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, and those are transferable too, so.
Yeah. Good.
I don't know if it's an actual transfer or if they just apply separately. That was my only question
Oh,
originally.
okay,
Because like when we had done, or the only sale I know of was Gateway Liquors and their tobacco permit. Gateway maintained their permit. The new owners then applied, and they had a brief overlapping period.
okay.
All right. Okay.
Just because they have to apply with their new state tax ID numbers.
Right, yeah, so.
The as far as the CBD products as a goal item, did we look into other towns to see if they have any regulations on CBD itself?
The towns that I reached out to either did not have them or weren't interested in talking to me, just with everything going on with COVID. So,
Okay. Yeah,
All right. Well, we'll just keep it on the goal list because it's something we definitely need to look into. But
right,
maybe if there's any seminars or webinars in regards to CBD, we should probably hop on one and see what's going on. Get
I'll
the
keep an
buzz.
eye open for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next are health agent updates, complaints.
Oh, geez. I asked him to sit in tonight. We've been receiving an exceptional amount of complaints from the Charles. Everything from smoke detectors and not having any hot water to no water, to two fairly large issues with the sewage treatment plant where the pump failed to kick in. We had two incidents, one 2 weeks ago Saturday and one again this past Saturday. The first being about 500 gallons, but the second being 5,000 gallons of treated effluent that went out onto the parking lot because the pump failed to kick on.
Wow.
Weston and Sampson has come up with a plan to upgrade the electrical in the building. I guess in 2018 there was a lightning strike that kind of impacted their electrical system, and they've been having trouble ever since. So they're going to probably go in and overhaul the whole electrical system and put some updated equipment in there. But I mean, the smokers that, involve the fire department and issues. I mean, our phone, I'm receiving 2-3 complaints a day. So Tim and I, got on a speakerphone conversation, and I think what we're going to ask them to do is to come into the office and talk to us and figure out how they're going to get enough staff to handle what's going on there. Because the tenants aren't even bothering to call them anymore. They're calling us directly. And, I mean, it's taken up a good part of our time responding to them.
Right. Let me ask you a question. The parking lot that got the 500, it's just as bad, 500 or 5,000, but it's worse. Did they clean that after at least?
Yeah, no, the people responded. Weston Simpson got a pumper out there. They, fixed the panel, brought it down.
Okay.
And then they supposedly hosed it. I don't know what, but.
Okay, because you don't want that walking into someone's rugs or
Oh,
lobbies.
no.
Having.
Yes. My skin is crawling.
Right.
I wasn't too happy.
The first thing I was thinking of, Vinny, was when we suggested to Circle C to see if they could tap into the
Yes.
Charles's things.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that one. Yeah. Well, that means it would have failed earlier,
Oh my gosh.
Now, the other thing too is they had a lightning strike. How long ago, Bruce, was this?
It was like 2018. There isn't too much of it in the folder. I mean, it's based off of what's, I got out of the manager over there.
Well, whoever their electrical inspector said, oh, it's okay. And now today we're having them say that, well, because that strike 2 years ago, we now have a faulty or partially dismantled electrical system.
But I was concerned that nobody was contacted from the town. I mean, I'm hearing from DEP that there was an issue. That kind of frosted me a little bit.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Yeah.
Been made aware of it so we can make sure it follow through, the thing is cleaned up properly.
Yep.
I talked to the plant manager from Weston and Sampson. They've now added me on the emergency call list.
Okay. You're gonna go pump sewage, Bruce. Okay. What a deal.
Yeah.
I can tell you guys too that I've also been having a very similar problem with the Charles, with DPW stuff too, and the contact is just not there and not receptive. I've had to reach out to the regional manager, and they have good contact information for them, and they've been very good with returning calls and emails and getting right back on top of things, because they've had their backflow device off their sewer treatment plant actually failed, and I've been in contact with them. So I do have contact information for regional management and emails if you need that as well.
Yeah, if you could pass that on to Tim and I, because we're going to follow through on this.
I definitely will. I'll send it over in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
Tim, did you have anything you want to say? Or?
No, that's great. We'll take that information.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect. I'll get it over first thing. I have emails and phone numbers for cell phones, for regional managers, everything.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
We got connections.
Yeah, good. We needed that. They're
Oh,
Wow.
They were elusive till now, right?
Yeah.
well, the tenants, they don't answer the calls from the tenants.
I know. Yeah.
The tenants call the town. It's like we're their management company,
Yeah, right.
It's getting out of control.
yeah, call Mr. Wilson. He follows through. But most of them are pretty happy because they seem to respond to us so far.
Is going to be associate on the plumb department. Hey, I need my toilet plunged. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, we'll send you down.
Well, it kind of falls right into plumbing, sewage, whatever.
Gosh.
No,
Couldn't resist that, Bruce.
that's where we draw the line.
Yeah, I know.
So Bruce, other than those ones, there's no other complaints coming through that are,
I mean, a couple of complaints here and there. Somebody's not wearing a mask. I have one particular individual that calls about market basket all the time, saying that there's too many people in the store. I reached out to Sean Morse. I think you remember him coming in on our Zoom meetings and stuff. They can have up to 377 people with the protocol and guidelines that the state gave them. And when this lady called, they had done they do have counters on the door, contrary to whatever people were thinking. They're there at accounting and they know how many people are in the store at all times. There were 277 people. It's a fair amount of people in the store, but still below the 370 that they could have. It's just, you know, if you're concerned like that, they should pick a better time to shop. The woman is a senior. Sean mentioned to her that she could come early and there's not as many people in the store, so, you know, she does have options. She just, you know,
They
gets a
still
little,
have senior hours, right? They do have
Yes, they
senior
do,
hours
yeah.
still? Okay, good.
she just gets a little concerned when she sees a lot of people. And then, of course, you get the few that wear the mask down under their nose, but I mean, I don't know how to educate them anymore. I mean, just keep asking and trying.
Yeah. Well. Okay. But yeah, if you need help on Saturday, if you want me to come down.
Yeah, I think if we just show a quick presence and walk around and say, hey, you know, guys, you got to spread apart more, put a mask on, please. You know, I mean, our numbers are good. We don't want to see them creeping.
Vinny, do you have a megaphone or anything like that?
I don't. I used to have one, but I don't have it now.
That's why I was asking. I figure if anybody was going to have one.
Yeah, well,
we could do a public announcement.
tricky, but you're right. I used to have one, yeah. I don't know what
We'll look
happened
into
to it.
it. I'll look
I
and see
think
how bad they are.
Kelly, it's
yeah.
probably lost in my house. Get it? You know, my clean house. Yeah.
I think it might be worthwhile to buy one.
Yeah, they're not
Instead of going-
expensive.
They're not that expensive, right?
No, they're not.
And
They're,
then Bruce
I
was
think they're
mentioning
under 100, maybe under 50 bucks. Yeah.
Bruce was
I
mentioning
want to get a blood pressure cuff for the office. Jim was a little peaked this morning. I would have liked to have been able to check his blood pressure and make sure he wasn't going to pop a cork on us here.
Yeah.
But that might be two things we should order. What do you think, Vinny?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know.
We have 2 thermometers, so that should be enough. But I think those 2 things might be worthwhile to get. We should have.
I mean, we had gotten the blood pressure thing from Esther from Home Depot, so I can try there again. So I'll get, you know, just.
Yeah, they actually have one at Walmart that's about 50. It's a really good one. It's actually highly
Well, he's
recommended.
talking about Home Depot because we have the card.
Oh, okay, fine, okay. I don't know.
All right, so let's order those 2 things, Bruce.
Okay,
fine.
Thank you.
All right, so I think next are betterment bills.
Well, you got food inspection, that's it, right? Okay,
Oh,
got
I'm
it.
sorry, food inspection. I don't think we have any though.
Okay, got it.
Rob, anything to say on food inspections or any trouble there on that front?
I think we lost Rob.
That
I
would
think
be
he went on a refrigerator run.
Oh,
All right, we'll do betterment bills. If we see him come back, we'll ask him. How about that?
okay,
All right. So the first one, I'd like to make a motion to pay Dave Brown and Donald Boucher $9,400 for the betterment bill, 39 Porter Road.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is passed.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I was having a hard time with my audio.
Oh, okay. So you're wearing on a food run? Okay, good.
Just in time for food inspections, Robbie.
Yeah,
Any updates on that?
everything was actually good. We didn't have really any issues my second time around.
Wow.
Or not second time, the last time around. So everything's been good. We're going to be starting another round probably this week.
So education's working. I like that.
Education working.
A couple little COVID things, you know, people call and you know, Rob would go out and a lot of it is the condiments. People aren't sure about what they should do, and you know, the packets are the preferred thing. If we can get packets of mustard, ketchup, salt, pepper, rather than you know something that somebody's going to touch and have to wipe or clean between each customer, is the preferred method. So you know, Rob's gone to a couple places and educated them, and for the most part, I think, like he said, I haven't had any complaints come in, you know, food related.
Yeah, it's more been COVID or seating as opposed to anything in the kitchens. So.
Great. Okay, continuing with the betterment bills, I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment to Norfolk Registry of Deeds for the recording of 5 betterment loans for $530.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is passed. Okay, next one. I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment to ADC Septic and Bill Goodman for 20 Bertine Street for $18,750 for part of the betterment.
I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. And the last one is, I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment to Civil Site Engineering LLC and Holly Everett of 83 Lakeshore Drive, the amount of $6,225, again, for her betterment.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, now we have 3 betterment loan agreements. These have already been approved, so.
Laura just put the cover page and the signature page in there. The rest of them have similar verbiage in it, but the complete document will be available once you guys sign it.
Yeah, I think I have the complete document in my hand.
Yeah, I think I dropped them off with you. Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and Quentin E. Jones of 763 South Main Street.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. And this is also going to need to be notarized.
I'm a notary.
Yep, we'll get it all signed, you guys.
Did you guys sign it? I'll take care of
Yeah.
it.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and Marco Tulio Mendez of 9 Janet Street.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Any of you around tomorrow? You want me to drop these off to you, or should I drop them off to Tricia first?
If she's around, I won't be around till probably afternoon.
All right, I'll drop it off at her place.
I'm in Newton tomorrow and Wellesley, so.
Okay. All right, and then I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and Robert W. Gilly Jr. and Michelle A. Gilly of 75 Farm Street.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, and then we got plans. Payroll too, Vince, so we'll have that. Okay. All right. First one is Payne Street.
That up at the top or the bottom, Bruce?
I'm sorry?
91 Payne, is that up at the top or the bottom?
There it is.
Payne Street, we have plans for review.
Yeah, there's four sets of plans there.
On the
I'm
bottom
saying
of the hill, isn't it?
Top of the hill, right? The lower numbers
Oh,
on
is
the
it top
top.
of the hill?
It's at the, yeah, it's up in the, yeah, it's up
Okay.
high.
Okay, just curious. Is it near the
Alright.
golf course, those houses on the hill?
Oh, close.
Okay,
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the septic plan review as reviewed by our health agent with these conditions. Let's see, 310 CMR 15.4051H to allow groundwater separation to bottom of system to be 2 foot where 4 foot is required with the remedial use of an 11
Elgin.
Elgin, sorry,
Elgin.
Elgin GSF system. This is an expected level according to the DEP approval for Elgin products.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
We don't do many Elgins, really, right? Usually.
Yeah, you won't see a lot of them.
No.
Few.
Is it
I
a
think
small
there's been
lot?
like 4 since January.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a repair. All right. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the septic plan review as reviewed by our health agent for 41 California Avenue. Let's see, 310 CMR 15.4051A to allow construction of leach field 6 foot from a property line where 10 foot is required. And then also 310 CMR 15.4051B to allow the leach fields to be installed 9 foot from building foundation where 20 foot required, and 5 foot from garage slab foundation where 10 is required. That's a big difference there, huh? 9 to 20.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the plan, it's very tight. It's the only way it's gonna fit in there.
Is that the one that abuts the business off of Pulaski in the back? No?
Yeah, it's tight, real small lot.
Yeah, okay. Number sounds familiar. Anyway, I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. This one is 10 here. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the septic plan review as reviewed by our health agent for 10 Pothier Street. 310 CMR 15.4051H, waiver to allow depth to groundwater separation to bottom of system to allow 2 foot where 4 foot required within the remedial use of a Presby system. This is part of DEP approval of the Presby approvals.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. And the last one is, I'd like to make a
Fox Run.
motion. Sorry?
Fox Run.
Yeah. I'd like to make a motion to approve the septic plan review as reviewed by our health agent for 51 Fox Run Road. CMR, 310 CMR 15.4051H, waiver to allow the leaching field to be installed with 3 foot of separation to groundwater where 4 foot is required.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. So Bruce, is that at the top of the hill or the bottom?
Fox, like in the middle?
In the middle? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Near that stream thing or lower than that?
No, below that.
Below that, okay, fine. Okay,
And then, Bruce, can you let Laura know we're going to do a meeting on the, are we still doing a meeting on the 20th? Because according to the
I'm gonna
calendar, we're not.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure that gets squared away.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the calendar.
We're going to
It's not-
plan on
it's not
doing
on
a
the
second
calendar.
meeting, right?
yeah, I think we should. I don't know, we'll probably have other stuff. You
But
know,
no, plenty. It's coming in all the time.
Did we say we were going to stop? Was this the last month we're doing twice a month, or did we even talk about that? I thought we spoke about it, but I forgot.
Yeah, but
I think we did. I think,
we were only gonna do, we were gonna stop at the end of September, but I believe we need it.
Okay.
So,
As long-
I think
we-
November, December, we do one.
And then November, we'll just do the one.
Because the second
so
will be
this is-
somewhere around Thanksgiving, you know?
All right, I just wanted to make sure, because Tricia was asking, she was doing her schedule for work, and I'm like, I thought we were still doing 2 a month, but,
Just
I
to
mean,
let you know, the
I think
November,
we should go over to Tim's, man cave in his barn there and have him do a turkey. We'll do the Zoom from there.
Yeah, I see he's got a Corona. Wait a minute, he's got a case of Corona up there. I see the Corona light.
just to let you know that the November meeting is scheduled for the 3rd, and it's a Zoom meeting because it's voting, and they have to be doing the counting of the votes in the Arcan room.
Okay,
all right, so it's going to be Zoom on the
it'll
3rd.
be Zoom, okay.
We'll do some.
All right.
So, today at 3:49 to be exact, I was at Millville Street. Is that 16 that comes out where Imperial is? Has nothing to do with the Board of Health, but
Yeah,
I got a
that's,
little butt ended. Yeah, somebody butted into my 2009, some lady thought I was going. Well, I was thinking of cutting 2 cars off. And I said, no, I'll wait. So then another car started coming fast. I said, I'll wait then. All of a sudden, I sort of leaned over a little, moved up, and then she smacked me right in the ass end. Yeah.
In your new truck?
No, my old one. No.
In the red one?
New one.
Time to retire it.
Yeah, retire the red truck. I mean, you've only had the new
Yeah,
one,
I
what,
know,
3 years? You still haven't driven the damn thing?
Well, no, actually, the joke was I changed my oil on 19 September 2019.
Maybe we should make the new truck the new Board of Health truck. That way Bruce
Hey,
can get his company
this-
Yeah,
truck.
right.
there's an idea.
Either that or we're going to wait 3 years, apparently. It looks like
Yeah.
we're on a
Well, I
3-way
don't know.
wait again.
Are we going to talk about truck or no?
Well, no, I did. I
You did.
emailed
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he replied that we're going to do it on a 3-year plan. And I'm like, haven't we already been on a 10-year plan?
We have.
You know?
Put it this way here.
Yeah.
Tim, you weren't here yet. So how long you been in the
I
department?
know.
It's going to be 5 years.
Okay. So
Yeah.
before that, we had a plan that
Yeah,
the
we were promised.
next
Why?
fire or police would come to us And you know,
Well-
when you know,
There is one coming. I'm trying to get the approval right now to order it. I'm pretty close on it, so Bruce can drive that too. So
okay, fine.
he can take it anywhere he wants.
Yeah, it's just the idea,
It'll be a-
regular van,
It'll be a
car.
dependable, a dependable truck. And then they said we could do.
He shouldn't be using his own truck.
No, I agree, Kelly.
No.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is you don't want to get the town vehicle stuck in some of these places, you know? Although
Well-
right now, no groundwater to speak of, you know?
Yeah, the truck,
Knock on
we are gonna, we spec'd out a Colorado, so all-wheel drive.
Okay,
And he can put gear in it. We can put any gear in the back. It'll have a little cover. So,
okay.
you know.
Tonneau cover, something like that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so,
Cool. All
okay.
right, I think we satisfied the agenda unless somebody else has something.
Nope. Okay, I'll make a
Yeah.
motion, we adjourn.
I second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye,
Aye.
aye.
We are adjourned.
Have a
Thanks,
good night.
everybody. Bye.
See ya.